Is yogurt the best source of probiotic? Wait and watch, you'll find out at the end of this video. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the video. In this video, we'll be talking about the source of probiotics. Is yogurt the best source of probiotic? No, exactly not. We'll explain as we go along the way. CFUs, a colony forming unit, is the rate in which they measure a bacterial strain in the food. These bacteria that are injected in the food, some die in the stomach level, are affected by effectors like hydrochloric acid, and some get killed by the heat. Okay, let's talk about the first source of probiotic, a kefir. A kefir, it is made from a kefir grain that has CFUs bacteria strains such as yeast and other variant of bacteria. So a kefir name is derived from a Turkish word which means feel great after eating. If your digestive system is great, you also feel good in the brain because gut is connected to the brain. So the kefir has 27 billion CFUs. That is a great number of probiotics from the gut. And a kefir has a low or trace amount of lactose. Most of the lactose is consumed by lactic acid bacteria. So if you will consume a kefir, make sure you go for a sugar-free one or the one that is organic. Okay, and another source of probiotic is a KHIMCHI. A KHIMCHI is a fermented cabbage together with the red chilli, radish, garlic, ginger, and sea salt. A radish is an is a superfood. It has an anticancer effect, and it has properties that remove mucus from your body, and it is good for the liver. And also, the radish is a cruciferous vegetable. Okay, garlic is also important food. It has antiviral, antibacterial, antiyeast, and antimold properties. It contains a compound allicin in the garlic and in ginger. And ginger is an antimicrobial, antifungal, a Candida. That's the kind of fungi that can be killed by ginger. And ginger is an inflammation modulator. Also, the kimchi, it helps the sinus infection. So 1 cup of kimchi contain about 5 billion CFUs and 3 billion per tablespoon. So if you consume it for sure, you'll consume more than a tablespoon. And the kimchi has a unique strain of lactic acid bacteria and other bacteria strains. And also kimchi has vitamin C, vitamin K1, K2, potassium, and B vitamin. Vitamin K2 is very important. It helps remove calcium from the soft tissues into the bone. Sauerkraut is another food that is a very high source of probiotic. Sauerkraut is a fermented cabbage. It has about 3 billion colon forming unit CFUs per tablespoon of juice. And make sure when you eat sauerkraut, make sure you go for an unpasteurized one, because the heat kill those bacteria. So if you consume a pasteurized sauerkraut, you're eating dead bacteria. And also a sauerkraut has a high fiber, which feed microbe in the gut, and has K1, which I also mentioned, that K1 and K2. And K2 it help transport calcium out of wrong places from the soft tissue to the bone. And also has vitamin C, potassium, and also some cool stuff, lutein, zeaxanthin, which is good for the eyes. Okay, let's now go to the yogurt and see why it's not a best source of probiotic. Yogurt has usually about 2 to 6 strains of bacteria, which is 9 times less of a kefir. A kefir has 27 CFUs. Okay, the reason for this is that most yogurt are pasteurized, and the heat kills some of those bacteria. And also, yogurt has a milk has a lactose, which is a common allergy for most people, and most people do not tolerate lactose. And also has casein, milk protein, which people are very sensitive to it. And also, yogurt has a lot of sugar. If you buy one yogurt, make sure you find a plain yogurt. And lastly, the pickles. Pickles are fermented vegetables, such as the cucumber, onion, and other. When you ferment them, you take them and you ferment them in a vinegar. It's another type of fermentation you can use to preserve those pickles, or lactic fermented pickles. Lactic fermented pickles have a better probiotic than those fermented in the bacteria. So pickles, make sure then you keep them in a refrigerator to preserve them, or in a hot cellar. Make sure you go for a unpasteurized vegetable or uncooked them when you go to do a pickle. That's basically the end of today's video. If you want the slide of this video, make sure you go to the description below. I try to explain it there. Enjoy the video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification on.